wasn't very happy.
Yeah.
He was proud of me, but he didn't know anything about the film industry. So once I was interviewing Madhuri Dixit on the phone. Normally he's with his newspaper and nothing.
He heard the name.
He heard her voice.
Wow.
Then the Times of India went out of the window. He had to listen. He was eavesdropping shamelessly. What's happening?
Suddenly, if your dad dancing to Ek, Do, Teen in the background.
Oh God, that would be horrible. I don't even want to go there. But I'm saying films and film stars have this effect on
But everybody can't be a good parent because the world will be a horrible place.
Yeah, there'll be
Too
no
much
fun.
goodness can really drive people mad also. You need a little evil.
Absolutely. There has to be a balance.
I've dropped my kids off to different people's houses and, told them to come back on their own. And they were like 1 and 2 at that time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
did they reach back home
The bloody
safely?
parents would drop them back. They are good parents.
See,
Very
the
bad
world is full
parents.
of good parents.
Okay. There's my camera. It's only 1,400 episodes, so one doesn't remember everything from time to time. Rashmi, welcome to this platform, which is going to put you into another level altogether. Oof.
Inshallah.
No, don't worry. It's a given. Everybody, Rohan Bopanna, the tennis player, sat here. Next thing you know, he's a Grand Slam winner and the world number 1 in doubles. Happened in 5 minutes just of being here. Chunky Pandey sat here. In 15 minutes later, he signed a film with one of the biggest, labels in India immediately. And so I've had all kinds of people. They leave and call me and say, thank you for, being on the show. We will never come again, but you brought us good luck. So that's just-
Lucky mascot.
yeah, so I'm sure things will happen, touch wood. But let's begin by showing the book to the right camera, which is probably this one. Rashmi has written a book. It's called Rising Stars. I did not know the name. I didn't turn to read it. I know the name, Rising Stars. Rashmi Uchil is a writer, author, columnist, and she's been following the film industry and films and all that for many
some
years, for some time now. She does not take bribes to review your film, but she does take gifts. Am I right?
You're not.
Not even gifts. Oh, sad.
I don't review.
Okay. Let's talk a little bit, Rashmi, about yourself for 5 minutes. Then we'll go through the book as much as we can. Just give us a little bit about your background.
Sure. Let's start from the beginning.
No, we don't have that much time. Never do that.
Okay, fine.
Rashmi,
No.
my heart is shaking now. We can't start from the beginning.
Okay, so I'll delete the first 20 years. I did journalism from Xavier's.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then
So we are both Xavierites. That's good.
Then I also journalism was a 2-hour course in the evening.
Right.
Yeah, Change for me.
But you're still very much a Xavier.
Bona fide Xavier,
Bona
right?
fide Xavier. You
Yeah.
just didn't have the canteen culture we had.
Okay. Then I also did English literature from Kalina University.
Oh, nice.
And my first job was with Magna.
Oh, Nari Hira.
Yes. He interviewed me.
His office was right next to my friend Kunal Vijayakar's house. I know.
In Dadar.
Because whenever they had problems putting people up, they would ask Kunal to keep them in the house.
Oh.
Yeah, especially the menial labor.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Nari, it's expected of him, so I'm not surprised
Actually,
also.
that is a good joke. People have to be in the know of the business to understand it. Yeah.
It was quite stingy
I
as
was
far
trying to
as
set
I
up.
remember.
I was trying to set up Kunal, but you really delivered a punch there unnecessarily. Well done. Yeah.
The first time my friend went for interview was like, we pay 500. And she was like, really? Is this conveyance or is this a salary?
Wow.
So, no, but I had a good time.
But then
there.
journalism was all about it wasn't about money in
It
those days
wasn't.
at least.
It wasn't. It doesn't pay well even now. So I met him, he interviewed me, it went well. So I started off as a film journalist.
But you obviously were a film buff. Going back a little bit, when you were in Xavier's and all, your idea was that you wanted to, review films, was that it?
Nothing at
Was
all.
Shobha De like an icon that you were thinking of, the star?
I
the
like
star?
Shobha De because she's
But she
very...
started this whole culture of the star journalist, if I'm...
Yes, because at Magna, everyone looks up to her.
Correct.
Because she's someone who's made it real big. And I like the fact that she's so bindas and she doesn't bother. She'll just say it as it is.
She brought in the Mumbai lingo and all that.
Yeah.
No, she's done a lot. English and
so
she wore her model.
she's the mother, the grandmother of
all that.
English. So
Yeah, she is.
she's someone I really admire a lot. But what I feel in the film industry is that you always need to be upbeat. You need to know what's going on all the time.
Especially if you're making a film. Guys.
So I just did 9 months over there. And after that, I said...
That's an odd term to do, but
yeah,
fair enough.
so only
After 9 months, Rashmiji, what happened?
After 9 months, I got fired. So
Indian men, I tell you, the moment they heard.
So then I took up a job in a call center. But then,
From where to where?
yeah, I just wanted a
But
job.
your
So I-
Xavier's media
Yeah,
grad and
yeah,
all
yeah.
that, why would you go to a call center? Not that it's a bad thing, but I'm just thinking
No, e-funds, because those days everyone was.
the money was decent.
The money
Yeah.
was decent and it was night shifts, and it's like how kids want to work in McDonald's.
Yeah.
Those days, kids wanted to work in call centers. I mean, the.
No doubt. I had some friends who it was like being a air
Yeah,
stewardess in the old days or whatever.
yeah.
It's like a glamour element to being in a call center. For
Like how when I was in college, everyone wanted to be a VJ at MTV.
Right.
Something like that.
And everybody was by the end of it. It was embarrassing. I don't know anyone who's not been a VJ on MTV. It's like, or a roadie. Huh.
Yeah, something like that. But this film thing, it's like a kida. It doesn't go away from you. So you still keep on going on Rediff and keep on doing something or the other. You keep an eye on who is going with whom, where, which party, what is happening, who is signing whom. So
And
I
there's
could
no-
just not, get away from the
What
film
is it about us?
industry.
We love gossip. No matter how intellectual your thoughts are, we have this conversation, suddenly we switch, right? Suddenly say, iska affair chalu hai, and boom. I mean, the guy, corporate head or whatever, drops everything to have this conversation.
That is so true.
Fantastic.
Actually, even people who act intellectual or snobbish or whatever,
Yeah.
like my father wasn't very happy.
Yeah.
He was proud of me, but he didn't know anything about the film industry. So once I was interviewing Madhuri Dixit on the phone. Normally he's with his newspaper and nothing.
He heard the name.
He heard her voice.
Wow.
Then the Times of India went out of the window. He had to listen. He was eavesdropping shamelessly. What's happening?
Suddenly your dad dancing to Ek, Do, Teen in the background.
Oh God, that would be horrible. I don't even want to go there. But I'm saying films and film stars have this effect on us. We
Yeah.
can't run away.
It's
from
amazing, and it's not changed from our generation to the next one to the next one.
It's
Between
still
my
intact.
kids and all, they're just always all about the gossip and scandals and all. It's the world. It's almost like a sport, a separate sport, like how I follow cricket. It's
it.
almost
Religion
like
of another sort.
that. It is. I think we should stop bad mouthing it because I don't think everyone who does that is a liar.
I
Because when
agree,
they can,
100%.
they're page 3, they're looking at all this, they're studying all that, but in the public circuit, it's
they
like,
don't want to admit.
Yeah, maine baat karta hai, I
Yeah,
don't talk
yeah,
about
yeah,
all
yeah.
this, I want to discuss the theory,
All liars, don't
theory of
believe them.
relativity. Like,
All liars,
really.
huh.
Yeah. But I do, but nobody wants to talk about it. But I want to go back to call center for 1 second. Can you do any accents?
No,
Rashmi, then they won't believe it. We're getting emails right now. Rishi's getting emails right now.
It's all about kiss your W's and smile.
Kiss your W's. If a man speaks to me like this, I would smack him.
We
How
were
dare
given-
you kiss your W's?
We were given accent training.
Come on,
That
come on.
you get butter, some weird stuff we were
Come on,
told
come
to
on.
do.
Teach me, master. Teach me accent.
I've forgotten.
There's
I've
gotta
forgotten
be something, yeah.
long back.
But kiss your W, just explain that.
Yeah,
now.
kiss your W's and bite your V's. Like,
Oh, like make this when you do W.
yeah,
W.
and bite your V's
Everybody
like
try.
this.
V, W. Oh, I get it. W.
Gosh, this is so
Yeah,
embarrassing.
but it's going to duh. And it's, so it's a challenge. It's like in the wrong direction. Foreigners take you in the wrong direction straight away. You go and then W. Nice, I like it. Okay, let's now get to the book. Let me keep showing the cover. So, Raising Stars, let's understand the premise here first. It's a great idea. Why didn't I think of it? You're trying to talk to celebrities and famous people about their parenting skills. And it's more like, let's share. You're not trying to actually say this one's right or wrong. There's no judgment
not at all.
actually.
No judgment.
I think, is it Maria Goretti, the great
Yes,
philosopher,
yes.
who says that as a parent you should not pass judgment.
Actually,
yeah.
I must tell you here, she's the reason behind this book.
Maria.
Maria. She herself doesn't know it.
Yeah.
Once I called her long ago, and that time she was very busy. I said, I want to interview.
No, that's
And
what
this
we are
is such a
trained to say,
thing.
no?
No, she's
Maria-
very sweet. She's very, very sweet.
I
Let
call
me
her every
finish.
day. She says I'm busy.
So that time she told me that, it's very, very sad that people just think if you're celebrities, you won't take care of your kids. And now that's terrible. And she was really very, very real and genuine when she said that. That's when it struck me that, like her, others also might be feeling the same thing. So, someone should say it or write it as it is.
No, but
So
see, I've
that's
seen
how it
Maria in MPV because I had a child first, no, out of wedlock with a famous aging star. And I don't
Okay.
want to mention the name and all
No,
that.
no, no.
because
We
she's
shouldn't
doing-
do that.
Yeah,
Huh.
she's doing so well.
Yeah, yeah.
That lady. But they would, when my son would come to the set and all, they would be the maternal instinct kicked in with many of these young girls, not just all the women of that certain
True,
age.
true.
You could see that immediately.
Yeah.
And
With
some-
Maria, you can see it
She's a natural.
immediately.
She's a natural with kids,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
she actually
yeah.
she's got nice positive energy.
She's so warm
Yeah,
and
she's
so
very warm, very
nice.
warm.
You just
Yeah.
feel like hugging her all the time.
I feel we could have robbed her a lot, but she's just so nice. She has an innocence. Doesn't she have that innocence? You can easily scam her into
And
saying, Maria,
she's-
invest in this property or
And
whatever.
she's so real.
Why
I don't
did
know.
I do that?
I think Arshad won't be so happy about this.
No,
Rob her of her money and
they're
all.
both in
They're
their own
both
way.
like
Yeah,
that.
I just sharper that way, I would say, in that
Yeah,
business
yes.
scheme of things. But they both got a certain warmth. So,
100%, both of them.
that is there.
Actually, Maria, the thing with her is she's just so nice and she's just so real.
True.
Even while talking to me and we
Yeah.
had this interview and stuff, she was like, I was a MTV VJ and my mom would still say, learn how to make chapatis. Your cousins get up at 4
Yeah,
in the
it's in the
morning and
book,
make
yeah.
chapatis.
Yeah.
I was like, you don't
But why
get
do the cousins get up at 4 in the morning to make chapati?
Beats me, ask her.
See, because Rashmi, I was on this show, award-winning show, which I'm proud of, called Big Boss, and there we had this. They were teaching us how to make chapati and all that. And it's
Oh,
not.
they were teaching you how to
means
do
there was a
it?
competition between me and Avinash, who lives alone, so I lost really badly. But Pooja,
Okay.
Bhatt, and a couple of other Babika, they were trying to help me. Whatever. It doesn't take that long. I mean, why do you get up at 4? I'm saying you can get up at say 5:30 also, and you'll still take about half an hour, 1 hour, and you should be okay. So I felt that her mother said the wrong thing. Maria, if you're listening, just talk to her about this 4 a.m. Maybe they just for no reason wanted them to get up at 4 a.m.
I know.
This is before Baba Ramdev became big with his products, which you apply at 4:35 if you're my age and male.
OMG.
I have video evidence to share with you people after the show. So stay on the show.
I'm sure everyone is staying on this show now.
Okay, right. Now this is not Maria's show. Maria, back off. So Maria
No,
was the
she's a
inspiration.
sweetheart.
She was
Yeah,
the inspiration.
She was. She doesn't know what she
But where
was.
did the idea come from that let me talk to all these celebrities because that idea came from because she said because Maria said
No,
they
she
don't-
never said anything. She just gave
no.
me this one line that it's
They think we
terrible
aren't
that people
good parents.
think that if you're a celebrity, you won't take care of your
Yeah,
kids.
yeah.
And I know all of them, whether it is Minnie Mathur, she knows everything about her kids.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
And everyone in this industry, they're also clued in. Though they travel so much and they do so much work and they meet all sorts of people.
These two you mentioned are very good parents. I know for first hand. But that doesn't mean all the celebrities are good parents.
I agree, not all.
Minnie Maria definitely, and you could see that in them, and they're nice people.
Definitely.
So then there's also not nice people. So I think we should not say
Yeah.
lots of you celebrities out there who watch this show, they all watch. Are not good parents. Anyway, sorry. Then
Then I thought that let me interview each one because, I knew that some would take to this book like a fish takes to water.
Right.
Like, Jackie Shroff.
Yeah.
Mera
Oh, his is
bachcha hai
shortest.
tu, mera bachcha hai tu, I knew it.
Jackie, for those who go and buy this book, by the way, I'll keep saying that. Plug the book. Raising Stars. So Jackie's, I know it's like you took down his speech. I read it, and it's the shortest one actually.
Yeah, it was on the phone.
Yeah.
And he doesn't like the concept of helicopter parenting.
No, he doesn't.
He doesn't.
I loved his philosophy at the end. He's beautiful. I think you verbatim quoted him.
Verbatim.
Where he says, let them be.
Exactly.
They will learn and they
Exactly.
already know. And
Exactly.
in a way, it's not lazy parenting. It's
Not
actually
at all.
quite wise. So
He's
certain
actually
wisdom.
quite spiritual also, I
Yeah,
feel.
yeah.
So that comes across.
No, I thought it was a great observation. And I want to go back and be a father again because I think I screwed up really badly first time. Yeah. So girls, if you're
I
ready.
think
Huh?
your wife is not liking Jackie, the
No,
inspiration.
everybody like Jackie's
You can't not like
Team
him.
boy, but my ilaka. What's wrong with you? Yeah, we always support our people. Like you said, Xavier's. We all tribals in India, no? We have to. Where's your tribe? What's your tribe? Support your tribe. So he's born and raised half a kilometer from me or less.
Okay. But no, what he's saying is very true because in this day and age, I see people are helicoptering. I know of friends, like if the school bus is going on a picnic, they're following in the car
Oh.
and then they're putting it in the
Yeah, yeah,
WhatsApp
yeah.
group. And
Yeah.
every school has, every class
Actually,
has a
even
WhatsApp
the bus
group.
stops now,
And they're saying-
you can see where your kid is on the bus in every school.
Yes,
It's like you need to, 2-kilometer bus ride, which is normally what the normal thing is. 10-15 minute ride.
What is this? I mean, I feel that,
And shouldn't you
we
be
were
happy
so
if your kid doesn't come home?
that
I mean, think of other side also. Always this word positive. Our kid is a complete CHUT. Also think about that.
yeah, think
Yeah.
there's so many other things to think.
ना
which you're not
guarantee क्या है
thinking.
life में कि मेरा mutual fund will mature at some point? No, not going to happen.
I think even Jackie doesn't like all this, following kids in the bus and all that. He doesn't like all
so
this.
read
He
the
doesn't
book.
approve. Yeah.
But I like that. I like that you allow that to come through because otherwise everybody's talking so much about their kids. And then he was like almost saying like let's let them be.
Let
They're smarter
them
than you
be.
think.
They
They
are.
picked up everything. They understand everything and they know everything. So you don't need to tell them anything. Those are
Exactly.
the last 4 lines in his bit. Yeah.
Ekdam verbatim,
I have a
exactly,
helicopter memory. That's why I have to.
Seriously?
Yeah, yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
No, I'm not sorry. I'm just so
In case you forget,
in
ask
awe.
me.
In case I forget,
yeah.
I will ask
Anything you
you.
don't remember, yeah. Just
It's been
clarify.
8 years now, so in case I forget,
yeah,
I'll
just-
definitely ask you.
Let's set that up. I should have, a good anchor would have. So the book has taken 8 years to write.
Yeah.
There are many reasons for that. One, of course, is availability of people.
Yeah.
So the dates of different people at different times in their life. So the child and children they are mentioning at that period, they may be much older now, or it may be just 1 or 2 years back.
My husband kept pushing me. He said, "Is it parenting
should call
or
the
is
police."
it grandparenting? Will you please hurry up?" I was like, "It's not in my hands. They have to give me the interview." But I think they were sweet.
No, the case in point is you said Maria, I think son is 17. So I know for a fact that he's about 1 or 2 years younger than mine. Mine is 21. So that says he's 2-3 years
he
old.
must be in
immediately.
university now.
Yeah. That's
He was in school when I started
correct,
off.
correct,
Yeah,
correct.
that
But
has
only my
happened.
petty mind will think like that. Now people are reading it for what the wisdom from the so-called parent is, not about the
I hope
detail
so.
about
I
which
hope
bus stop
so.
he's reached now.
I
Yeah.
hope so.
Yeah. No, don't worry. I want to save this for my wife to read as well because we're both terrible parents. No, that's not fair. She's a decent parent. She's average. I'm way below. Yeah.
We shall ask her. We shall find out.
Yeah, but everybody can't be a good parent because the world will be a horrible place.
Yeah, there'll be
too
no
much
fun.
goodness can really drive people
Yeah,
mad also. You need a little evil.
Absolutely. There has to be a balance.
I've dropped my kids off to different people's houses and told them to come back on their own, and they were like 1 and 2 at that time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
did they reach back home
The bloody
safely?
parents would drop them back. They are good parents.
See,
Very
the
bad
world is full
parents.
of good parents. Yeah.
Come, let's go through some of the other good parents. Let's see who we can remember. There's Mahima. I'll go to the people I know better first. So Rohit Roy,
Yeah.
I've done a play with, and
He's great.
also
He's a great parent.
great parent. I have a daughter, and the relation dynamic between daughter and father is very
Father.
different.
Very true.
So people who don't have daughters, I have friends who have only sons. They have no idea what they're missing on with not having the daughter dynamic.
Absolutely. It's something else. It's
And if
it's
you read
beautiful.
his bit, no, it's beautiful to see because I could
beautiful.
immediately understand. I'm talking too much. Please stop me, otherwise you're becoming irrelevant. I'm talking for you, so please stop me at the right time.
I'm enjoying it.
No, but I'll tell you what I really liked about his bit is he's very candid. He goes to his bit in 2014. His work dried up a little bit,
It did.
and she tells him, "You see how the daughter becomes the mother? This actually happens. It's happened with me as well."
Role reversal.
The role reversal, and he's beautifully put it there, and it's very sincere and true, and I like that a
sincere
lot. So shout out to my good friend Rohit. That was lovely. And
He's
the fact
awesome. He's
that
really
he doesn't hide from his daughter. That life was hard for a little while.
You can't hide. Go
You
back
can't
to
hide.
what
No,
Jackie
you can.
says.
There are people who don't tell their kids that they pretend to be rich when they're poor, and then when the gold bangles are being
How
sold
long
and all
will that last?
Well, till the house gets smaller and smaller.
So
You're
one
living-
day they will.
Yeah, you're living in just one fan.
They
That's
will
it.
know. Kids always know. I believe what Jagu Dada says. They know.
No, yeah, good we started with him. I think that's a nice premise to begin with. But back to Mr. Roy. So, and then of course that little bit at the end where they start this book thing, like
Yeah,
an
yeah,
NGO.
yeah,
Tell us
yeah.
about that.
It's so sweet. She actually believed that even kids from the slums should read and everyone should read. And Rohit, to be very honest, he told me that he, in the beginning, wasn't very sure about it
Yeah.
because he said if we
Because-
do keep
because
the
he didn't like
books-
kids from the slum.
no,
Sometimes
not
they have
at
that running
all.
nose. Running nose. I don't appreciate running nose. When they come to the thing and
No, let me finish,
clean your fucking
Cyrus.
nose. Sorry about my language.
Okay,
Yeah.
because he said people will rob those books, sell it out as raddi, and have vada pav.
He grew up in Ahmedabad.
So,
Bear in mind.
so he had that fear, and which is possible,
fair.
which is very fair.
Also,
so
I think it's a big
he-
task. So maybe he
it
thought,
is.
are you really going to do this?
No, he once he was convinced, he went ahead with it.
Yeah.
But these things actually were there in his mind, which was not there in his daughter's mind, probably. That they would sell stuff because what you get for free you don't value.
Right.
But then she convinced him that she will
Her
do
pure
it.
thought took over.
Yes.
And our cynical thoughts get. So that's the good thing about having a
Yes.
young daughter who sort of,
Yes.
the wisdom of being more pure and innocent.
Very pure. And
pushes
she
through.
said if even 5 people are cheats, there would be another 5 who would actually gain the wisdom and they would read and they would.
She should come to the
actually-
television industry.
No, but it's so sweet, when children correct you.
Yeah.
And it lasts longer also.
No,
You
it's
remember.
nice of him to be so candid about it. No, because a lot of people have this chip on their shoulder, the male ego, etc., etc. He's completely accepted the wisdom of his child,
Yes.
and also I think it's therapeutic because now
is.
he's doing really well. Touch wood, everything's
Touch wood,
good. He's
touch wood.
working in different industries, but there was a patch, and as people in the entertainment business, we go through ups and downs. So it's good that that she
Not-
was the guiding light. It's amazing that
It's
story.
amazing. But not just Rohit, even Chunky was very
Yeah,
candid about
it's
it.
a little similar.
Yeah, he also told me
Yeah.
that he had to go to Bangladesh and he had to come, and
Yeah.
over there he was Salman Khan. His
Yeah.
wife got him back,
Yeah.
but then he was just so grateful that he
His
got a
wife
second.
wanted to get Salman Khan back, but sadly, Chunky only came. It was a big misunderstanding.
What are you saying? Chunky is Garibon ka Salman Khan? Is that what you're saying?
I love Chunky.
I love him too.
By the way, I'm a Chunky fan. I'm not one of the guys who are Chunky, this, that, and the other. We grew up with Tezab and all these films,
Yes,
you know, Paap Ki
yes,
Duniya and all.
And he was so handsome then.
That's what I was telling everyone.
just so
he was a
handsome.
very good-looking
Yeah.
male star. He was not this.
I thought he was India's answer to Imran Khan.
He was for a little
He
while.
was, actually.
That's a very good, and I have mentioned this in the podcast. By the way, both of us have the same observation.
See, great
That
minds
Imran
think
Khan look
alike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So but what a good. Now that you segue to him, Rohit, you're out. Chunky also again very open, but what he pointed out is the good cop bad cop thingy, which also I think works.
He says that half of the time his heart is in his mouth when his
Yeah.
kids come late and
Yeah,
all.
yeah, yeah.
So Bhavna just shows that she's strict.
Yeah.
Though he
He has the
shows
same
that
thoughts
he
as her,
is,
but he
yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
show it.
Yeah. He because both of them can't get hyper, no? So.
Yeah, but no, there's when there are two parents and they're both there, one has to be the bad cop or one has to play the harder role.
You have
It's so easy playing the other role. Like, thank God, I can't
Thank
tell
God
you.
for wives. They
Yeah.
do it.
Kids say, I want to eat something. What can I order? Yeah. And she'll say, no, you already ordered yesterday. It's a totally different story.
Yeah.
And I'm thankful because I don't want to spend money. I hate spending money. That was my own kids. I
Imagine.
mean, at least somebody else's kids, they value it. But not those slum kids. We've overdone that whole poverty thing now. I'm bored of poverty. मेरे को poverty नहीं चाहिए. It's गरीबो glamour is gone now. Don't feel it. Do you feel it? Be
I
careful
didn't think
what you
about
say.
it.
We'll play the reel.
I need to give it a thought.
Yeah. Just let's go back to the whole premise of all these guys is that none of them, they're telling you their stories from their individual perspective. No one is saying what to do really, except,
No.
okay, Jackie did mention in a philosophical tone, but generally they're talking about their kid and each dynamic is different, right?
True.
Let's just point that out because otherwise people say,
No,
Rashmi said this or...
no one wants gyan, and
Yeah.
every parent is different, and
Yeah.
you know your child better. No one else will know your child better.
Hmm.
So I was very clear that this is no parenting manual. It's just like two friends talking to each other. Something happened with the kid, how he dealt with it. Like Mahima said, her kid was being bullied. So how
Yeah.
she told her
So what did
how
she say?
to-
She told her to just say, I'm good, I'm just four lines.
the kid was getting bullied by her
Yeah.
friend. and he
My
was
body,
like,
my will.
yeah. It was like, what are you doing in my cubby? What are you doing here? So he was like, Mahima taught her. My wish, my will, my body, my soul.
space.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my space.
Yeah.
So
But-
the girl got stumped.
Can I just say, and no fight happened. The
No.
girl was tongue-tied, the
Yeah.
bully got
Yeah,
tongue-tied,
yeah,
bully
yeah.
backs off. So
Yeah.
good parenting lesson.
Yeah.
Do it with a boy, different result. Okay? If some young boy tells the other boy, see, my body, my soul, my space, my... Part. So it's get it right.
Yeah.
Who you're talking to is very
You
important.
need to know who your bully is
Yeah.
and deal with it accordingly. Even Aditi Govitrikar had this problem.
Dr. Aditi
yes,
Govitrikar.
Dr. Aditi Govitrikar.
I mean, you
had
don't
this
waste that
problem.
MBBS. Oh,
Not
you did.
at all.
You became a model and actress. Oh, damn.
But
you.
you're still a doctor.
Yeah. And now she's studying Harvard, or
Harvard,
she was at the
is-
point of
she's-
writing.
Yeah, and now she
Yeah.
must have completed.
But
I'm
I
sure
hope
got
so.
her degree.
If 7 years later you're still in the first year, then I mean, what's going on?
No, Aditi, knowing Aditi has got
Yeah.
her degree.
Yeah.
She's very organized.
No,
and
she's
very
an overachiever. She doesn't need us to,
Yeah.
paddle that. Yeah.
Correct. So her son was also getting bullied, and she went to school and she got it sorted.
Hmm.
And she told us that it's very important for the child to see how you're getting it sorted. So if the kid has any problems later, he has something to fall back.
As in the process.
Yeah, like
of,
how
of
she.
what happened.
Yes, she went to the school.
Hmm.
She spoke to the authorities, and she never wanted the other kid, to
get-
be
yeah.
punished or
Yeah,
in
yeah.
any way. Just counsel the other kid.
So she was like Solomon. She was trying to find the
Very wise.
balance between the two. No, that everybody. It's like dog fights. Okay, we real dog lovers. We always try to separate dogs. We don't want one dog to hurt the other.
Correct.
But there are people who don't really like animals. If the dog is an extension of themselves, so they just want their dog to be looked after. No, parents are like this.
That is true, but you need to
So you-
evolve, like Dr. Aditi Govatrikar.
Yeah, well, no, to actually like children and not look at it from the point of view, okay, my team, your team.
True.
Or India Pakistan match.
Absolutely,
going on.
absolutely. Your kid,
Yeah.
kids
This coming
after
from
all.
me, I have kicked boys who attack my son. And pretended not to. I'm very good at doing that. You can stop the fight and shoulder the other kid and all that. Boys, stop it. Talk elbow in the face. I've done it all the time. Like they're
See,
small.
It's not just my book. There are other ways also to deal with bullying.
What a good parent.
Amazing.
One kid grew up with no teeth. He doesn't know why. He loves me, watches all our shows. Great guy, bro. Cheers. Yeah. So that's Aditi.
Nice.
Before we go into the break, I don't want to take. Is it okay if we disclose all this information? But we are, because they go and buy the book. It's interesting, segment by segment, person by person. You can see things. Some you'll empathize with, some will be eye-opening, and you'll be like, oh, interesting, etc. And they're different parenting styles. I won't say
Very
they're
different.
competing, but very different styles.
Different.
Chunky being laid back and like whatever they
Yeah.
want, they can. It sounds like they're walking over him, but they aren't, because Bhavna's there to balance the
yeah.
sheet. Yeah.
He knows that Bhavna is there.
Yeah.
That's why he's taking it easy. Smart guy.
And no, and he even mentioned in the beginning that he was very sad. He didn't want them to leave, right?
Yeah, I mean, if they go to university, there's an
I'm-
empty house, empty
Empty nest
nest.
thing.
No one likes
I'm-
empty nest.
I sat the family down and said, look, why can't my mother or my wife leave and the kids stay? Like, I'll sacrifice. Not right to say. They don't like it there. Don't go there.
See, he has solutions for empty nest also, bullying also. He has solutions for everything.
I don't want the kids and dogs to go anywhere. But I don't mind if my mom and wife... Actually, leave my mom, poor thing, after all the years of service. You should not treat her badly. We'll send the wife for a little while. Okay, damn it, I'll keep her wife and your wife as well, Mohan.
See, the good guy in him has come to the fore.
Obviously, you're talking to the right market. Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah. But initially, when I was reading the book, because I could have easily gone to the back, middle. I went linear. So I said, what the hell? They're only females.
No.
No, that's what. For first 5, 6 are females. And then suddenly the males start.
Sunil Shetty,
Yeah,
Javed Saab.
But in the beginning, I only saw the females. I was getting a little irritated. But I'm such a good parent. Why are the males not being represented? It was almost like a gender issue for a little while. But then
Javed Saab is an amazing guy.
love Javed
I
Saab.
just love him and his wife both.
Yeah.
They were just so adorable,
Yeah.
both of them.
Wives.
Shabana ji,
He's
I was
married a
speak-
few times, yeah. That's why we love him. No, we're just kidding.
we love him.
But he's fantastic. We did a show with him.
No, there was a French girlfriend also.
There was a French girlfriend. You've read his
Yeah.
book.
Yeah.
You've exchanged books. Yeah. I mean, he's for me, Javed Saab is like almost like he's like the alpha male that I would have looked up to as a young boy, in his own way. I mean, he's an artist. He's a poet. He's a wit. He's a fantastic wit.
He's very witty.
You can out-talk him. It's just fabulous. He's like the master.
Everything, the language, the
And
leza,
it's always
everything.
sweet, the tehzeeb and all.
Tehzeeb, yeah.
You'll be insulted so badly, but you'll feel happy. What a beautiful thing
an
to
art.
do. That's why I tell the government also, you want to insult us, but tamiz se baat karo. That's all I say.
They should learn from Javed Saab.
Learn. Javed Saab should give special lessons. And he always talks about this, I won't use the word atheism, but he's always very pushy about the fact that religion has its place, which is not always a well-liked notion in India. But it's great
Especially in the current
in the
times.
country and the climate or whatever. But I absolutely, I think it's fantastic. I always think
He is
5
an
years, no religion
atheist.
in the world, it might make the world better. But then what will Indians do? Abhi cricket match nahi hai to kya karega? No religion, no cricket, what will you, we'll have more Indians. Bad idea.
Population.
Bad idea. Think it through.
Think it through
Yeah,
before you
we'll
dole
take a
out
quick break.
advice.
Should we take a break?
Sure.
We'll come back and try and get some more stories in. Lots of famous people teaching you how to be a good parent, right? And we'll find out if Rashmi is a good parent after the break.
Hey, it's been another great week on the IVM Podcast Network. On all things policy, Dr. Y. Nithyanandam and Shreya Ramakrishnan dive into the future of road travel. The episode uncovers the effectiveness of the new satellite-based toll collection system set to replace the existing FASTag, addressing its challenges, limitations, and the necessary changes. On Has It Aged Well, we're celebrating the heartthrob of the 2000s, Imran Khan. Abbas, that's me, and my co-host Urjit Awani are joined by film writer and podcaster Suchin Mehrotra to talk about two cult romantic comedies from that era, Ek Mein Aur Ek Tu and Break Ke Baad. Folks, if you like our shows, spread the word. Tell your friends and don't forget to rate and review them wherever you're listening to them. Follow us on social media. We are IVM Podcasts on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. You'll also find all our shows on youtube.com/IVM Podcasts. And finally, we would like to thank our sponsors this week: Omidyar Network India, IDFC First Bank, and ICICI Prudential Mutual Fund. Thank you for making this possible.
By the way, we're back with Rashmi, and the book is called Raising Stars. She's not had time to drink her coffee. We don't treat our guests badly. Please drink, do what you want, don't worry. So it's all, in case you just tuned in, it's all about parenting and anecdotes of famous people who, as she says in the beginning, people think that if you're a celebrity, you're not going to be a good parent. There's this wrong thinking. But the celebrities here are all good parents.
Yeah.
Those are-
Otherwise, they wouldn't be here.
those who are not featured, we can't
Yeah,
say.
we
If
can't
you're
say.
not here, look into your soul. why young Akash is a wild man. There is one thing I want to raise with you. I was a little irritated. All the girls are named Kiara or Kaira. Everybody's kid.
What is
How many kids can be called Kiara or Kaira? Can the government step in? That no more Kaira and Kiara is
Even
available.
Shobha Day had this problem, it seems.
Same name.
Like there were some 6-7 kids in her classroom. All were named Anuradha because
One of her girls is Anuradha. Yeah.
no. Her name is actually Anuradha according to the nakshatra.
Oh, right. She told
Yeah.
us.
So this happens like when Shah Rukh had Aryan.
Just saying because of a luck point of view, everybody's named. Aryan became so.
No. When Shah Rukh
my
had
God,
Aryan,
mention
everyone
Aryan.
was Aryan.
We had 3 Aryans in play school.
So same thing.
And,
So at present, I guess it is these
Yeah.
names. Yeah.
But it's so coincidental that we've taken so many stars and they're not from the same time, era, or area, or same sort of profession.
The name has
exactly.
stuck.
Same name.
Yeah.
Amazing. Anyway, so let's get back. Javed Saab we were talking about before the break and how he's influenced. But he's never actually openly, he says, told them anything about religion to go for or not. He only mentioned God as a generic concept.
Generic.
When the Farhan was
yeah,
a young
there's-
boy.
yes,
Farhan
there's-
said, shall I become an actor? And he said, thanks be to God, no. Or something like that. Okay, that's not what happened.
No, that's not what happened. Farhan came home from school and he didn't even put his school bag down and he asked his father, Pa, are we Muslims? So Javed Saab had not introduced religion to the kids.
No.
And then he was a bit worried that if he says there's no God and if Farhan goes to school and people say there is a God, so he would little be traumatized. The boy would be traumatized.
Yeah.
So he just told, he was like, you have to be born in some country or some religion or in something. Hawa mein to paida nahi hoge. So he's like, yeah, you are. So then he was like, if I do bad things, would God get angry? So he was like, God ko ye sab baatein pasand nahi hai. And he made light of it. He didn't go, in
He kept it
detail.
grey area, like law in
Yeah.
India. We're not sure.
Yeah.
Good answer. I'm very happy with that. Yeah. Of course, just for those listening, if you're watching this podcast just after India lost to England by 28 runs in the opening test in Hyderabad, obviously there's no God. Clearly. Agar God hai, to, how could this happen? That too, with their kind of spinners. Who's Tom Hartley? You tell me. His parents must be so proud now. They've done a good job of that young Englishman who come here and bowl left arm spin. Why are you talking cricket in the middle?
I don't know. You're the one who's doing all the talking. I'm talking parenting
You're
and
talking-
Javed Saab
Yeah, Javed
and
Saab.
his French girlfriend.
Yeah. Why? That's not mentioned in this. Yeah. That's in
that
his
just
book.
came out.
That's in his book. Yeah. No, see, all these guys you mentioned, Maria, Rohit. I Javed Saab. I love all these people. Chunky. They're all people I
They're
like.
fantastic human beings.
Yeah,
It just
yeah.
comes across.
Yeah.
And Baman, he's the best.
Baman.
He's the best.
Baman is crazy about his kids. Crazy.
He's just so nice. It took me.
He goes to their birthday parties, 41 and 34. It's amazing. He's there he hides in a cupboard and all that. In the middle
He's
of the...
such a cute, cuddly Parsi.
Okay, now whatever thoughts you're having, this is all going on record. And your husband will watch this.
My husband knows.
He also says cute, cuddly Parsi.
No,
Why
he just listens
Why
to
communal
me.
feelings in all this? What's come to our country that we all have these communal feelings, even in love? Cute, cuddly Parsi!
Because all Parsis are cute and cuddly.
Oof, ouch.
Most of them.
Which is a bit like racism because the converse will also be true. So and so tribe is not cute and cuddly.
No,
So-and-so
all the
tribe is.
Parsis I have met are cute and cuddly and kuchu kuchu.
You should meet them in their 80s and 90s.
Then they're not kuchu kuchu.
They need your cuddles, also bags. So don't forget when you're visiting. I'll take you to a hospital nearby.
Maybe when you're 70, I'll meet you then.
I don't know. I won't last till 70. My wife has plans to marry again. Yeah. But they'll make a statue. They promised.
They promise.
Yeah.
So I'm going to cuddle your statue.
Small.
Good God.
What have you done to my show? It's perverse. I'm feeling uncomfortable. I want to walk out of my own show.
My
Rashmi.
husband and son kept telling me, think and talk. That's not
They're
happening.
real bullies. What's wrong with them? There's no thinking on this show.
Good. I'm glad. I
Baman,
got into the spirit.
Baman. So Baman...
I just stopped and he's so cute and
yeah, I know. And it went where the parenting came. And suddenly you're crazy in love with this.
No, he's the best.
Yeah.
Because he's just so
But huge
nice.
family man. And I'll tell you
Absolutely.
inside stories about Baman because I vaguely know the family. He will leave everything to go home to his family.
Really?
Like
That I
no
didn't know.
Bollywood parties, none of that crap,
Acha, acha.
One, because obviously he got fame in his 40s, so it's a little different. Perhaps you're more mature. Maybe that helped. But the main thing is that for him, family is everything. Right now, they're on a holiday in London as we record this. His entire family plus the one Hindu friend. All parties have one Hindu friend.
You're being communal.
For
What do you
safety.
mean?
Rashmi, for
One
safety.
Hindu friend.
For safety.
Acha, for safety.
So Kunal Vijayekar is with them, and they're all on the streets of London.
Only
having-
Kunal can keep them safe.
Yeah. You know, Kunal is like the child, no? That Baman has to look after. It's now there are 3 boys. There's Kayozi, there's Danish, and there's Kunal. Yeah, because each has their own set
The
of
more, the
tantrums.
merrier.
No, that's why Baman works 24 hours a day to
He
look
has
after all
to.
3.
He
There's
has
no
to.
choice.
No
He'll
choice.
go back and shoot something. In the worst film in the world, he has to go and do it because to keep these
But
3 happy.
he does that even the worst role, the most ridiculous. He really gives his best.
He gives his best.
How? He's like, that is ethics. You have to
No,
give
no,
your
he likes
best.
working. There are a few people like that. But also, Zenobia, his wife. Even when he does plays, events, whatever, he's always flirting with his own wife. It's so nice to see.
So nice.
I mean, after 100 years
So
of
many
marriage,
years.
they're still doing it like that.
Aw.
Still doing it means that flirting.
I just hope
Bummer.
my husband and I
No, it's
also,
very- it's
when
very-
we are,
I can't think
we are
of-
flirting.
Yeah, can you imagine how romantic that is?
sweet, so
You know,
sweet.
Sometimes you must have seen in one of these parks a really elderly couple holding hands. Doesn't
Yeah,
it feel
yeah.
nice?
Very nice.
That's
very
after
nice.
70 years.
There
she-
is hope. Guys, there is hope.
Or as my wife says, she settled. No, finally.
Finally.
बाल गई, बॉडी गई, पर्सनालिटी भी गई. अभी क्या बाकी है? ले लो एंजल. Sorry, excuse my French again.
Oh, God.
Rishi, there's an age thing, yeah. Come on, Rashmi.
There
There's
is,
a time
there
when we
is.
decide. You
There
know,
is, there
there's
is. Let's be
compromise.
honest about it.
So again, very soft
No,
father.
I want to tell you something about
Yeah.
Burman. I was calling him for a year to get his interview.
Mm-hmm.
And then he was genuinely busy, genuinely traveling all the time. And then he asked me, how long have you been calling? I was like, 1 year. He was so apologetic. It's
Yeah.
like 1 year is up.
What an actor.
No, he was genuine. He wasn't acting. God bless him. He's very sweet.
Yeah. No. Baman, I can't think of anyone who will say that Baman has been bad to them. No, not when he's a star. I'm saying from childhood, there's no one that Baman will come and say anything bad about Baman. Me, lots of people will say because I talk a lot. But Baman is, I can't think he's ever done anything bad. You know, he's a real Zoroastrian that way. Like
And see, when I say cute,
No,
cuddly
no,
parts, you say you become your
Zoroastrian philosophy, were
Think
good deeds,
good,
thoughts,
I know,
all that.
no. Think
you know,
good, speak
he's-
good,
yeah,
do good.
Yeah, and he is like that.
No, generally, I love all Parsis.
Oh,
Doodh mein shakkar.
what the hell is going on?
I'm just being.
I
I'm
will
just being
not.
myself.
I will not allow this tribalism to continue in my country. Hum sab ek hai.
I
Let me quote the Constitution. But right now, I only have this book. It's called Raising Stars.
Constitution for parenting.
It is.
Raising
it is,
stars.
It is.
Yeah.
Again, speaking of Baman, that's a parent, and many of them, Chunky has also mentioned that, you know, the ups and downs, Rohit Roy, they've all mentioned this, that they go through, Zareen has mentioned it,
Zareen Khan?
Yeah, ups and downs in terms of finance and all that, and how the kids have to be level-headed, because not everybody has a linear.
Zareen Khan was very strict.
Parsi. Now you're not saying anything nice. Female Parsi इतने पसंद नहीं है. Male cuddly. Female कुछ, and no, she was a beauty, absolute beauty.
I don't feel like cuddling Zareen Khan. Sorry.
Very pretty lady. Very
Maybe
pretty.
20 years
No.
earlier. She
My
was
God!
hot. She was very
Baman
hot.
is still hot. And Zareen. No, Zareen, you're very nice looking. Don't you dare believe anything she's saying. Huh?
Stop it. I like Zareen.
Are
She
you
was
a
very
sexist
sweet
and
too.
a racist? Sexist bhi hai. Jennifer, I can't work under these conditions.
This I'll tell you about Zareen Khan. She made it a rule in her house that one way you go to school by car, the other way you have to come by bus, local
Yeah,
transport.
yeah.
And she made sure the kids did that because she was like, today you have money, tomorrow you may not have money. So you can't always move in your Audis and stuff.
I've done
You
the same
need to
thing.
go with
I've
in
done the same
school
thing,
bus.
although I've done it a little later.
Right,
I told my kids, go in Kunal's car both ways. That way it's his problem. So you see, you arm your kids. Arm your kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're pulling a car. So they're
No.
saving petrol.
No,
That's a
but
good
see,
thing.
what she mentioned, Sanjay Khan was not that big a star when they got married or when they were
When they
and
were
then-
dating, he
then
was
becomes
not a
big-
star
yeah,
at
then-
all.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they had to live in a small
One
room.
two-bedroom house and all
Yeah,
that.
and in that one room there was only one fan, and they kept a PG. So when the
No,
PG
that was Sanjay
went,
Khan's fan who they got rid of after some time.
No,
Guy was standing, he had come from Bhopal, he would stand there all day.
a proper fan which goes round and round and gives you hawa. They had only one fan and 2 rooms.
Rashmi's explaining it.
Yeah,
This is our show.
I need to be clear. So they had a PG, and so when he would go out to work, they would run, take the
Yeah.
fan from his
Oh,
room and put it
right,
in
right.
their room so that even they could get some hawa. So they've come the hard way. They have.
No, so these are interesting things because, you know, when you have young kids in this electronic age, daddy, I want a phone, I want this thing,
This
iPhone, I
happens,
want this,
happens.
all that. So it's good to see these parents have been strong about it.
Very
but, you know,
strong.
I don't think Zayed Khan and Farah and their 4 children
Simone.
would say they had a bad childhood or
Not
denied
at all,
anything.
not at all. But she
Yeah.
was very, very strict about certain things that you have to share. So especially this, she mentions this, that her husband used to get clothes from abroad, pretty clothes,
Yeah.
and 2 of her daughters got into a fight I want,
And
I
they-
want,
this
I
is the-
want.
this is the one where
she
she-
took the
yeah.
scissors and she cut it off and
Yeah.
she said, "Yo, you take
When you say
one,
cut
you
it
take
off, it's
one."
the clothes. Well, if you just tuned in, I mean, you'll get a heart attack if you're a young male. What? What did I? Ah! I mean, what a punishment that would be, really. Ouch, Rashmi.
That'd be too bad.
That's too much. Their parenting is gone forever with that one blow.
I would never do that. Then they'll not take my book,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah. So they cut the clothes. She cut the clothes off
Yeah.
and said, "Yo, you take this, you take this," and they cried and cried and cried. But after that, they always share.
A good lesson was learnt immediately.
Yes.
So these are the anecdotes throughout this book, which will you'll be able to perhaps adjust if you're a young parent, especially.
Even Sony, but she was very clear that we
Yeah.
can't afford first class. We can't afford first class.
Right.
So I'm earning.
So she sat in front. Can I tell the story?
Yeah, you can.
No, in the sense I don't want to give everything away so they read it.
Yeah, that's right. I
Yeah.
should-
But let's leave it at this. That so she took the first class seat. Then we won't explain what happens. Then
Because she earned it.
yeah, read the book. Now I've told them everything. Then they won't read anything.
I agree.
So let me,
right.
before we run out of time, let me also quickly get in my good friend Amrita Raichand. We work out at the Bombay Gym. As in, I work out every day. She comes when she wants to. But I mean, commitment is.
She's
your
busy
thing.
cooking.
She mentioned that her studio is at home now. She has more
So
time with her kids.
she's cooking
Yeah.
in the studio at home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they've got a lovely boy called Agastya. I know him. I've seen him. Superbly well brought up.
How nice.
He's polite, friendly, and he's also a killer football player.
Yes,
Like
yes.
really top of the line, really good. And it just looks like a well-adjusted sort of kid,
Yeah, and
So obviously she's
she-
done something right.
And she always credits her in-laws also.
Yeah.
They live in a joint family
Yeah.
setup, so she's always giving credit to the in-laws.
Mm-hmm.
So the kid has turned out so well. So sweet.
So that's another good thing because people just believe the stereotype of the in-laws are there. It's going to be horrible and all that.
She
in
mentions that.
Bhagyashree as well. In both these cases, the in-laws have been pillars,
Yeah, yeah.
right? And without the in-laws, their careers and lives would have come to a standstill.
Amrita always says that I wouldn't be able to work so much if I didn't have my mother-in-law's support. She'll
Yeah.
make sure that her son has followed the routine for the day, had his milk. So she's like, staff is not
Although
the
at
same.
18, why is he having milk? But
You realize I took 8 years to write the
that's
book.
true. That's true.
Yeah. So minus 18 minus
Yeah,
8.
yeah,
So
yeah,
10.
yeah.
At 10 you can still have milk. Yeah.
No, I've seen that boy grow up. He's a lovely kid, and
Yes.
he's just. It's nice to see that he treats everybody the same. Like for the last few years, some of the kids they become a little. They change a little in personality. He's one of those guys who seems to be very level-headed, and he's always nice. He's always friendly. He's
How
a warm
nice.
guy. Yeah.
Like that even
And
Dinah
so his
Hayden
dad.
is
His
very
dad
good.
is a very nice guy. I've seen him naked. Rahul Raichand, the Amrita's husband. I don't know if she has, but I have.
Oh, I'll check with Amrita.
Hot bod. Yeah. I see.
Now,
I've
what
got
has
you.
that to do with parenting?
so you
you
don't-
told me stick to the book.
So you don't want to cuddle the Rajputs and the Marwaris and all. I'm just.
No,
I've given
no,
you lots of people. You're not interested.
No.
Parsi, I'll cuddle him. I'm giving you others. No cuddling.
No, only
India.
only
India is
Parsis
listening.
and only Baman.
Wow, Baman, you bloody real rascal. Luckily, Zenobia, his wife, won't listen, so we're okay. You can keep saying what you want. So
He's
that's-
madly in love with Suneva. Even at this age, they are flirting. You just told me.
But that's
How
what women
sweet.
like. No, now we're moving from parenting to affairs and all that. But I think women seem to like people. When the man is madly in love with the wife, he's more attracted to other women. That's been the general assumption.
I feel there's hope, even in your old age.
Your poor husband is the only man who listens to this podcast, and this is what you're saying.
He'll be okay. I know
think
my
so. I
husband.
think we can always mute it
Yeah, we can.
at the right
But
point.
no
We'll send
need
you the
to.
link and all that. Don't worry. So that's Amrita, the chef, who was also a model and an actress and everything else, bringing up her son. And her thing was about the nice anecdote. Again, don't want to give it away, but he didn't like one type of food, and so then she disguised it and made it into the other type of food that he liked.
Yeah.
Which I think is an absolute fraud, but it's so sweet that for 10 years after that, the kid enjoyed eating this, thinking it was something else.
Smart, na?
Yeah, very smart.
Very
Very
smart,
smart.
yeah, yeah.
So a little deviousness, because it's coming from love, is allowed.
It's allowed.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
why when I gave my son my older sister's clothes, I never felt bad.
It's
You know,
allowed.
It's from love. It's
Yeah.
coming from love. Plus, I miss Giselle, my sister. So, Mikhail, dress up. I'm kidding. Yeah, I don't really do that. I wear those clothes. You know me. I wore them just now in the morning, just before you came. I changed. Yeah. Okay. Who else have we got here? I don't want to miss out. There's lots of other names. We won't have time. We will run out. So, Suchitra Krishnamurthy. There's a couple of single mothers
Yes, there.
out there.
Yukta Mukhi,
So that's
Suchitra
So
Krishnan.
that's a different. Let's quickly go through. Are we allowed to go through that a little bit?
Yeah.
Because the dynamic changes. You're a single parent.
It does. And Suchitra is very open about it. She's like, you do what you can do and don't bother about what people say, because not every advice or every suggestion comes from good space.
Yeah.
So you should know how much to take and how much to discard. And it could be your own family also, because you're the one who's going through
Is it because she's the single woman that everyone wants to give the advice? Because she's a single parent, rather. Huh.
Actually, in India, everyone likes to give advice as it is.
No, I'll tell you.
Single women get more, I think,
This
of
is
it.
Kamzori validation. I've come up with this philosophy, which is like when my wife went to South Africa for the first time when my son was very young, I suddenly had to be a hands-on parent completely, like pick up, drop, food, everything. And I was panicking, and everybody from my mother downwards was giving me advice. Okay, so there was proper people
Dilaj
advising,
of
but there were
advice.
outsiders advising. Oh, your wife's not there. Acha, so you don't know what you have to do, no? It's like that. Everybody just jumps into the whole bandwagon and tries to take over.
I
So-
think they care for you.
no, I think they were worried for the kid.
Or they worry
And
for the
rightly
kid,
so.
one of the two.
Yeah, really.
They're nice people.
I mean,
they
I
worry for the kid.
to make him tougher, I would make him run alongside the car in pouring rain without shoes and all that, just in a lungi, and and it's made him a
Sprinter.
no. He hates cars. We save money
And petrol.
and petrol. Well, petrol, you say? We just drive on slopes. Parsi is cuddly and drive on slopes. Yeah.
You know Parsi is better than me.
So Yukta, okay, I'm not saying it. Again, no criticism, but she talks about spirituality and parenting.
She does.
Okay, now again, not giving away too much. What does that sort of mean? Because that's antithesis to maybe Javed Saab's non-religiosity and parenting.
Actually, she's coming from a very nice space where she feels you should be calm and center yourself. Once you're calm and center yourself, automatically things would be, less of a frenzy and less of drama in your house. So she's like, even when I'm chanting and if he comes and disturbs me, I'm not going to shout at him or say, why did you disturb me? I'll very calmly explain to him, let me finish my chanting and then I will do what you ask me to do. So basically it's when you are spiritually, when I believe certain practices, like whether you do yoga or your breathing exercise or whatever, there is some kind of Hindi word, sthir hona. So that affects you, your vibes as a person change, and then of course there's this effect.
But it says
Around your
if it's an
house.
emergency, you're saying you this will help you. For example, if there's a fire and you say, "Abhi, mummy, kaun sa asana karna padega," and then you have to get into the right position.
When the
to be
fire,
burnt.
when there's a fire, obviously you go the Javed Saab way.
You will shout, "Is there a cuddly Parsi? I want one last cuddle." Baman.
OMG. I didn't realize Baman is such an important person in my life.
And he's like God, he's omnipresent. You're getting burnt, whatever. He's right there. Yeah. But again, that's her coping thing, which again, these are examples from a
These are
person's
examples.
personal perspective.
Yeah.
And we should not make fun or anything.
shouldn't,
Or
we
support or not support, because that's somebody just
True.
bearing their soul. So Yukta used this for the child to get a certain calmness, is it?
No, for herself to get a certain calmness.
Which is more important.
Which is more
during this. Yeah,
important.
yeah.
Like they say, put on your own oxygen mask, something on those
But
lines.
her worst moment was that she had to do an ad with me many years ago after winning Miss
is
India.
it?
We did a Pepsi commercial. I shouldn't say the brand. Pepsi. And it was called Mera Number Kab Aayega. And she was a Miss India and all that. So
Miss
she-
World
Miss
also.
World and all that.
Ah.
So she rushed in. She was rushed into the shoot and all that with all her glamour. And then her first co-star was this horrible-looking male with a wig and shorts and striped Pepsi shirt going. So I mean, how she got through that? Yoga.
Spirituality.
Spirituality. You can't blame her. Yeah, we may have left out a couple of people here or there because I can't name everybody in less than an
Sunil
hour.
Shetty.
Sunil
he
Shetty.
was very good
Sunil Shetty.
as a father.
Again,
he's
just
amazing.
like Chunky, kind of guy everybody likes.
Everyone likes
you know,
him.
and-
Because he's
and
very down to earth.
altruistic human being, helpful.
Very
Yeah.
helpful.
Again, my area. I get very excited. Jackie, Sunil,
All you townies.
Akshay Khanna, me. वो four ऐसे भी करे वाले. We are the big five. Yeah, wherever we go, we punch above our weight. Yeah.
Yeah, but he
Sunil?
also
Anna.
spoke, Anna also spoke about, he's seen his father struggle. So he's like, I've seen my father struggle, so I know how it is. So you will never see him throwing his weight around or doing any of that
No.
stuff. Never. And his kids also, obviously, when you see your father down to earth and
Hmm.
genuine, you just imbibe that.
Her daughter and him have a great bond also. It appears
Yeah.
commercially also now. They seem to be doing some work. I saw posters in the south somewhere with two of them. I just come back from, I think it was Bangalore. And pictures of them everywhere, posters of them everywhere and all. So again, the daughter-father dynamic which he spoke
it's
about,
awesome.
that seems to be very strong in
Very
many
strong,
cases. Yeah.
very strong. And he made a very valid
And
point.
these are very alpha males we're talking about, by the way. These are guys who are
in
they're
front
known
of
to be,
his daughter, he's also teddy bear
That's what I'm
only.
saying. So they're known to be one thing. Gurmeet is this tough guy from our neighborhood. He was the first bodybuilding type of guy. He used to ride bikes. He's a very macho man, Sunil Shetty.
Alpha, but
yeah.
with daughter something else.
No, that's what I'm saying. The daughter removes that, or doesn't remove it. It just shows
just
the other
happens.
side to you.
Softer side,
Yeah.
nicer side.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Although I don't know if Sunil Shetty was ever poor because he owns lots of restaurants. So,
No, he
yeah.
was never poor.
The struggle in
He's
business.
talking of his father.
Yeah.
When his father came from Mangalore, so he worked as in wiping the tables and sleeping on a gunny bag. And he has told all these things to Sunil Shetty. So they are very well aware.
But the Bunt community has like a almost 100% success record. They're like, they should be. You're Bunt?
I'm from Mangalore, but
There
I'm
you
not
go.
a bunt.
It's fantastic. The actual success ratio is unbelievable.
Awesome. It's really
Yeah.
awesome. But it's all hard work
Yeah.
to work morning and to work the whole day, then go to night school. I
think
know a lot of bunts
some
who do that.
was it some Ivy League college study the fact that if they take an order in a restaurant in Udupi, you don't have to ever say it again in your life. So you come there, the guy who's taking the order, they're just unbelievable. So they recognize you and the order for life. And I'm talking about complicated order, not just coming in one masala dosa. No, fine. I'm talking about 5 of us go, we sit
Wow.
and we order. They have that ability. It's like a.
Maybe something in their DNA.
You mentioned Baman. Baman doesn't forget names and faces of people. He remembers people, and that's why they like him.
So
Like
if I meet him like after 20 years,
Rashmi,
he will still remember.
Rashmi, he'll know your name. You can check. I mean, now you're known and all. Ask people who just like a vendor with him or something, AC repair or something like that.
He'll remember.
Yeah, it's a guy's name Suresh. He knows the name. 10 years later, sir, मैंने AC आपके घर में AC लगाया.
Wow.
Ah, Suresh, straight away. And then Suresh is like, oh, I'm Amitabh Bachchan. He remembers me. I meant to put an AC in.
See, so it's just
So
not
this-
me. It's Suresh also. Even Suresh
No,
loves
so this
Baman.
quality Napoleon had. So some of the great leaders, great meaning they did terrible things.
Napoleon was a Leo.
So Napoleon was loved because he could name all the guys. Like 1 lakh soldiers, and many of the same name: Andre, Pierre, Andre, Pierre, Jacques, Andre. He knew all the names. It's a gift. Not like I go the other way. I call everybody boss, tiger, or chief. I alternated, including women. Yeah.
So what am I, boss tiger?
Chief.
Kya baat hai? You made my day. So after Baman, you're next in line.
There you go. I'm not that cuddly.
Oh, both are Parsis.
Yeah. But no one finds me cuddly. They mostly want me to leave. That's the most I get from
You're
it.
second in line after Baman.
We've nearly reached the end.
Oh, God.
And Rashmi, you've been talking. I don't know what you've been saying. But
Even
we're trying to
I
promote the
don't know.
book. Yaar. That's the main thing. Parenting. Any last words that you'd like to share with everybody about why you wrote this book? Madhu, we could mention, famous actress, also my neighbor.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow, I
Very-
didn't know you all
very
were
pretty.
neighbors.
And her husband was in class with me.
Oh,
Very rich.
super rich.
Mind blowing.
Mind-blowing, yeah.
I mean, he could build his own country. He's got that kind of money.
Wow.
Yeah. Probably-
Actually, that comes in the book also,
Yeah.
Polarized Parenting, where he wants to get designer clothes for the kids. And
Right.
she's like, no, you can't do that.
Right.
And how they then, manage to overcome this
Yeah.
little bit of a problem.
Me and
It's
Aisha have
awesome.
the same problem also. I wanted no clothes and she wanted at least some clothes. So,
At least a chaddi.
yeah. So now if you see two teenagers wandering the streets of Walkeshwar, Malwa Hill with no clothes,
We know this backstory. Yeah.
Or they're monks because there are a lot of that also going on. All right. But as we say, bye. Last words on the book. So what do you think you've achieved by doing this? Like just getting people to understand that everybody's the same wherever they come from
No,
when it comes to parenting?
that's not the
So I've
thing.
understood nothing.
No, that's one factor. The other thing is, there's a lot of second guessing when it comes to parenting. Sometimes you feel, am I too strict? Am I too
All the time.
lenient? Am I permissive?
All
am
the
I?
time.
Yeah. So when you read all these stories of all 26 parents, you feel we are all sailing in the same boat. We are all good.
And the other thing you mentioned just now, which hits me immediately as a parent, is that you always sort of regret whatever action you took. Like if you were too weak or too strong or whatever, you
Yeah.
always feel bad about, like, when you, in hindsight, a little later,
Yeah.
like maybe, galat tha, I should have gone the other way or whatever.
But then you stop beating yourself up. Then you
Yeah.
just think about Baman and a cuddle with Baman, and then you're fine. Oh God. Okay, before I end the show, I need
What's
to
in the
thank-
coffee, Rashmi?
I don't know. You gave it to
You
me.
were a different person 54 minutes ago. What the hell happened?
Something in the coffee.
Damn that Baman. He doesn't even flirt outrageously. Yeah.
Oh, he loves his wife. He flirts with her all the time.
Yeah, he flirts with her, but he
yeah.
likes the ladies. Don't worry. We men are all the same. Just some are more sophisticated. That's all. There's no difference. Yeah.
Okay. And I must thank Fingerprint Publications
What?
also.
Okay.
How can I not thank them? Thank you so much. They're the best. They really supported me all through.
And I've got a great idea for people married or people with kids, whether you're married or not, because I know new age,
Yeah.
some are not.
Some are
Buy this for the spouse. it's a bit of a, you'll feel good about yourself. It's almost like, you need this. It's like that. So
Birthday gift.
I'm dying to give this to
Raising
my wife
Stars.
after having read it. So I realize she'll find a lot of empathy. There'll be moments where she'll identify. There'll be a few moments where she may not agree. So that's good. So both ways you have discourse, which is all part of democracy.
Correct.
Which is a country in America, I think they have, Canada, one of them has it, something like that. Yeah. Don't say anything, Rashmi. You want to sell the book, Raising Stars.
Yes.
All right, that was Rashmi. How many kids at home?
One boy.
One boy. Oh, you want one more? I have an extra.
Send him over.
Done. All right.
But I'm at Hiranandani. I'm not in.
My kids are South Bombay snobs.
Yeah, that's
They
why
won't find their
I
way.
was wondering.
At Worli, they start looking at the GPS.
I don't think they'll reach
Yeah.
Hiranandani.
They make it to Canada, but they can't find Proa Devi ka aage.
I knew that.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
what's wrong with these kids? Yeah, really. Geography is such an important issue.
True.
Yeah, as we can tell from our neighbors who keep taking our land. But that's all we have time for. No political discourse. That was Rashmi, and the book is called Raising Stars. Go and buy it and gift it to your spouse or friend or the lady or husband that you're with who you shouldn't be with. Lots of affairs are happening. That should be your next book. Yeah.